what's going on, everybody? Hey, welcome back to another training video lesson. In this video lesson, I'm going to talk about 7 strategies for growing your small account faster. All right, so the 7 strategies for growing your small account faster trading guide. So one of the things that I just want to start off really quickly is, if you have a small account, I don't want you to be discouraged. I have a lot of traders that come to me and they think since they have a small account that it's pointless to learn how to trade. And so I'm here to tell you really quick, debunk that myth, okay? It's not pointless. We all start somewhere, okay? So like I said a minute ago, get your piece of paper, get your notes, because I want you to refer back to these guidelines as often as you can, especially if you're thinking down or if you're beating yourself up, you got a small account. Stop, look at these guidelines. We're going to help you grow it. So number 1, take high quality trades. Now on the surface you may say, well, yeah, that's pretty easy, but let's dissect it a little bit. I'm going to give you a couple of examples, but before I give you an examples, in order to take high quality trades, you've got to focus on setups. Okay, my mentor told me a long time ago, be a trader of setups, not a trader of the market. And so, for example, some of those setups might include supply and demand setups, which we talked about in the previous videos, squeeze setups, which you guys know I talk about that a lot on this channel, and then flags, right? Bull flags, bear flags. Those are high quality setups. So if you want to grow your small account, you need to focus on 1, maybe 2 high quality setups or trades and live and die by that trade. Okay, now if you notice here I put have a trading plan. And so I was taught a long time ago that we need to take our brain out of the equation. And one way to do that is to have a trading plan. So if I'm going to take high quality trades, I need to have a high quality trading plan that goes with that. And then I just need to focus on that. Now you also see that I put be organized. You can't come into the market just with random activity, right? If you do random stuff, you're going to get random results. We don't want that. And so we need to be organized. Okay, one of the things I say is if you're looking, for example, for let's say a hammer or a specific pattern, okay, some might call it a pin bar. That's one of my favorite price action signals. Then we need to be organized. And we need to have a plan that says when we see this signal, we do this. Because guys, you got a small account. You got a small account. You can't just be throwing a bunch of darts all over the place. And you can't just lead, random action and hope to have consistent results. It doesn't work like that. So you've got to take high quality trades. You need to have a setup. And again, whether that's supply and demand trading, okay, like I talk about, squeeze setups, like I talk about, in flags, okay, then that's what you got to do, okay? So we got to take those high quality setups. If you don't, your chances of growing your small account, they're dead. All right, now, improve your results. So improve your results. So if you're going to grow this small account, you have got to be good at improvement. I'm going to give you a couple guidelines here in a second, but one is having a trading journal. Okay, a trading journal that keeps track of all your trades. Now you guys know that I use a dynamic trading journal. You just put the information in there and it spits out, your probabilities, it spits out, again, your win-loss ratio, expectancy, all that stuff. But you need to have a trading journal because you've got to improve. You have no chance of growing your small account if you can't consistently improve. Now, I wrote here this magic formula. I learned a long time ago from one of my mentors, Dave Johnson. He said, learn, do, and improve. Learn, okay? You learn a high quality setup, right? High quality strategy. and then we do it. And we do it at least, okay, here's one of the things, at least 50 times. And if you're brand new, I encourage you to use an account that has a demo platform, right? Like a Paper Money. And so you learn the strategy, you do it, and then you improve it, right? Learn, do, and improve. That's the formula. How do we improve? Well, again, if we have a trading journal, then we can go back and see every trade that we took, and those trades that we did good, we analyze. Okay, see what we did good. Those trades that we didn't do so hot, we go back and analyze. Did we make a mistake? How can we improve? You guys, you've got to improve every day. You don't have any room for error in a small account. So you need to learn, do, and improve. Now, growing a small trading account is all about consistency. Consistent wins compound to big numbers over time. So you've got to be consistent. And by learning, doing, and improving, monitor the results, it's going to help you to become more consistent. You've got to be more consistent. And if you do, then your wins, they're going to compound, right? Eighth wonder of the world, compounding. And over time, it's going to produce massive success. Okay, so you've got to improve your results, and that's exactly how you do it. All right, number 3. This is a big one. You may not know what I'm talking about, but we'll dive a little bit deeper here. So in order to grow your trading account, you need to understand the 3 market phases. This is a methodology that I teach my students, and it has delivered massive results. Okay, if you're going to grow your small account, or any account, but since we're talking about small, you need to understand the 3 market phases. Number 1 is the contraction phase, right? This is the setup of the market. This is when the market becomes quiet. Institutions are preparing for their next move. Because if you're going to grow the small account, what I want you to do is start thinking like an institution. Now, you might not be able to trade like an institution because you don't have that size of portfolio, but you can still think like an institution. In these 3 market phases, and I know I talk about these a lot to my students, it's really going to help you get in the mindset of an institution so you can grow that account fast. So the contraction phase, when things are becoming quiet. Then we have the expansion phase. This is the phase that immediately leaves the contraction phase. Now, in the expansion phase, we can have multi-leg expansion or single leg expansion. Okay, this is the phase that destroys 90% of retail traders. So let me ask you a question. You know, have you ever been in a squeeze, right? It was contracting, and then, you know, you got into the trade, it fired in your favor, immediately went against you, stopped you out, and then took off right back in the direction that you thought it was going to go. The only difference is it went without you. That's because the expansion phase has crushed the hopes and dreams of many retail traders. But when you understand that phase, and you can visually see it on the chart, you're going to see, okay? You're going to be able to visually see it, and that visualization of that phase is going to keep you from getting hurt, or at least hurt as often. Because guys, in this phase is where institutions are accumulating for their next move. Okay, most retail traders, they get in the squeeze, which is the contraction phase, it fires, they get destroyed, institutions take their money, right? For every buyer, there's a seller. So you're going to need to understand the expansion phase. And so right now, what you need to know is it's the phase that immediately comes after the contraction phase. And this is the phase that you've got to be careful, or you'll be faked out and picked off like 90% of the traders. And then the third part of the phase is the trending phase, okay? Think of this as a market cycle. The market has 3 phases that makes up the cycle: contraction, expansion, trending, okay? Institutions accumulate in the expansion phase, and then they distribute trending phase back to the retail traders. So think about if you owned a store. This is one of the things that I teach my students, okay? It's an easy way to think of it. You own a store. You got inventory. You're going to accumulate inventory at a discount, and you're going to sell it to people for more money, right? That's just the way it goes. And so in the trending phase, this is the phase where institutions who have already accumulated their inventory start selling back to the retail people. They start, again, FOMOing in, right? Fear of missing out, the squeeze fired, they jump in, it's going up and up, they're feeling pleasure, they're happy, and then bam, they get crushed. Okay, that's because they don't understand the 3 market phases. All right, number 4, don't overtrade. One of the ways to grow a small account is to stop overtrading. It's quality over quantity. I know you've heard that before, but let's think about it, right? We're looking for high quality setups. One thing is, if you have identified a high quality setup, then you won't overtrade. You trade like a sniper, not a machine gunner, right? You're hiding in the woods, right? You're a sniper. You're looking for setups, so don't overtrade. And one of the things that cause people to overtrade is I put no revenge trading. Revenge trading, you get stopped out, you get mad, you're like, I'm going to show the market. No, you're not going to show the market. It's going to show you. It's going to slap you around. That's just the way it does. And so, if you want to grow a small account faster, again, this is a guide, then do not, number 4, do not overtrade. You wait for a specific high quality setup. And then when you see that setup, because you have a trading plan, you're going to act like a sniper. You're not going to revenge trade. If you get stopped out, then what you're going to do is you're going to reset. You're going to take a look and understand, hey, are we still in, this phase of the market? Okay, maybe we're in expansion phase. Then you're going to recognize that and you're going to say, okay, where's my next line of attack? How can I think more like an institution? Stop over trading and think more like an institution, right? From an accumulation. Accumulate, okay, accumulate, sell later at a higher. But a lot of traders, they'll overtrade. They think the more trades they take, the better they're going to be. It's the exact opposite. Now, if you're not overtrading, you're going to have bigger winners. And for a small account, you need to have bigger winners. Bigger winners. Okay, think like a sniper. So when you do see your setup when you enter, those wins are 2, 3, 4, 5 to 1. You've got to have that. You have no room for error. You have a small account. You have no room for error. And you need to not overtrade. You need to let those winners run to your targets depending on what you're going to do. But you need to have big winners, okay? And if you're revenge trading, you're not going to have those big winners. This is a very, very important concept, okay? Don't overtrade. Number 5, use proper risk for your account size. Now, if you have a $5,000 account, I don't want you to put $5,000 into one trade. You're done, okay? You need to use proper risk for your account size. Now, if you have a smaller account, you might have to step up the percentage, right? Like me personally, I like to risk 1 to 3% of my net liquidating value per trade. So if I have a $100,000 account, for example, 1% will be $1,000. Now, if you've got a $5,000 account, 1% is $50. So you might have to step that up, okay? 5%, maybe even 10%. And if you're taking sniper entries and you're doing all the stuff that we're talking about, then you can afford to do that. Okay, but if you do 5 or 10%, which you'll probably have to do in the beginning, okay, that's a good amount of risk. 5% is solid. If you have a $5,000 account, you're going to put at risk $250 per trade. Now, if you're buying a bunch of call options, if you're buying a bunch of put options, and they're too expensive, I don't want you to feel tempted to go, spend $1,000 or $2,000. You need to stick to that risk control. So what can you do? Well, you guys can do debit vertical spreads. Instead of buying a call, go buy a call debit vertical spread or a bull call spread, right? Or do a bull put spread, do a selling strategy Instead, control that risk to a smaller amount, but you need to use proper risk. I suggest 5 to 10% if you have a small account. As you grow it, drop it down to maybe 3%. I personally like 1%, right? I mean, that's just me. I'm more of a conservative type of approach. 1% and kind of go from there. But you got to use proper risk for your account size. Number 6, hey, learn from smart traders. Smart traders, traders who've been doing this for a while. Me personally, this is my 15th year of trading. Now, I've been in the financial industry for 25 years. I had all my securities license. You guys know all those deals. But trading, 15 years. But here's one of the things, guys. Always be a student of the game. I'm constantly learning myself. Okay, I'm trying to get better. Currently, I'm doing a lot of supply and demand type of trading. Learning more about supply and demand. Learning more about the market phases. Okay, because again, I'm learning more from smart people. You know, I focused mainly on bull flags and bear flags for the majority of my trading career. So I'm having to, learn that. But I'm learning from people who are already successful doing it. Okay, and I've been doing it now for a while, supply and demand, and also the market phases. But you got to learn from smart traders. And again, I'm on YouTube. There's a lot of people on YouTube. Be careful. A lot of people on YouTube, no offense, but they're just trying to sell you something. Again, not all of them. I have a lot of YouTubers that I follow that I love following, okay? And some of them are super smart. But what you got to do, especially if you've got a small account, is learn from smart traders. Traders who have experience. People that you resonate with, that you can watch their videos or their programs and understand that, right? I have a live coaching class, and my students are constantly asking me questions, right? Either the market phases, the squeeze trade, supply and demand, but they're learning from me, okay? Now, I'm not the smartest trader in the world, and I'm not the best, but you know what? What I do works for me, okay? And my style works for me. And it works for a lot of my traders as well. So if you have a small account, you must learn from smart traders. Number 7, look for ways to amplify your trading strategies. And I got a couple of examples here. Again, whatever strategies you pick, we've got to figure out ways to amplify the results. Okay? Amplify. We got a small account. You can't grow it unless you amplify your winning results, right? So here's some examples. You can add to your position once you're in profit. You've got to get really good at your management of the trade, right? Adding to your winners once you're in profit. A lot of traders don't do that, right? And that's a mistake. If you are trading a small account, I mean any account, but since we're talking about a small account, you've got to get good at whenever a trade is working, get good at amplifying your results by adding to the trade once you're in profit, okay? Now also leverage your winners. And then I said house money on your next trade. So house money, when you're in profit, we call that house money, right? It's your money, but I mean, you earned it, but it's the market's money, right? So leverage your wins with the market's money. If I'm up $1,000 and the trade is still working and it's still in my criteria, then I can use that $1,000 or even $500 of that house money, okay, on my next trade. So again, I have a small account. So maybe I risk 1%, right? Or let's say 5%, $250, but let's say I win $250. Then what I can do is I can take that $250 house money and I can now risk $500 on the next trade. Or I can take $125, stamp it on top and do, $375. So if you're going to amplify your results, then you need to get good at adding to your position once you're in profit, and you need to start leveraging your winners, okay? The market's money that you've won, the house money, and you can take those wins and add them to your next trade to double the returns, okay? Very, very important. So, really quick recap. 7 strategies for growing your small account faster. This is a guide. You need to write this in your journal, or put it on your screens, everything. But you need to take high quality trades. You need to constantly think about How can I improve? Learn, do, improve, right? Through your trading journals. Okay, get 50 trades at a demo account, study the results so you can get better. You need to understand the market phases. This is critical. This piece right here, you may not have heard this concept much, but it's so important. When are we in the contraction phase? When are we in the expansion phase? And when are we in the trending phase? We make our money when we learn to accumulate in the expansion phase and give back to the retail traders in the trending phase so they can experience some of those gains and then come watch it crashing down. Okay? So you need to understand the market phases. I talk a lot about that with my students. Don't overtrade. Use proper risk management for your account size. Learn from people who have done it already. Okay? Smart traders. And then always look for ways to amplify your trading strategies. All right? Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video lesson on the 7 strategies for growing your small account, that guide. And if you did like it, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, make a nice comment. I really appreciate it. Hey, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Hit the little bell, right? Check the notifications so when I go live or I shoot a brand new video, you can be notified. Also, if you're interested in any of the things that I offer, whether it's my own personal courses, okay, or my own indicators that I use, or indicators down below that I am an affiliate with, like Simpler Trading, because I use really 3 indicators, Squeeze Pro, and I've got an entire methodology around that, the Ready Aim Fire Pro, and the Forecast Pro, okay? If you're interested in any of the indicators that I use that helps me take my trading to the next level, check down below and check out all the bonuses that I offer if you get those indicators through me. Okay, especially the ones I'm an affiliate with, I give, massive amount of bonuses for you guys to get those indicators if you get them through my link. And then, of course, my brand new indicator